The space we are entering operates on a relentless, driving rhythm. It exists as a closed psychological loop, where the pursuit of the next chemical rush overrides every other physical instinct. Inside, figures like Doc, Sally, and Miss Rayon sit in wait. They aren't acting as traditional characters with arcs or agency. They are trapped in a state of suspended animation, entirely paralyzed by the anticipation of their next hit. Ambition, affection, and survival have been stripped away. In their place is a singular mechanical drive to secure the drug. The literal preparation of the drug, the cooking for the down five, acts as the gravitational center of the room. Every ounce of remaining focus collapses inward towards this single process. Their shared existence is bound by a repetitive, physically impossible mantra, the struggle to hit their mainline sideways. This phrase is recited over and over, functioning as the sole religion of the space. The squalor of their reality is absolute. Miss Rayon licks the table clean, treating her pig pen as the environment she actively prefers. This intense biological craving creates a total sensory vacuum. The inhabitants are completely blinded to their own degradation, unable to process anything outside the immediate demands of their own biology. The isolation breaks when a booster returns from Carolina, followed by a sailor arriving from Alabama looking to earn $1. Transactional commerce forcefully enters the attic's den. The sailor is big, dressed brightly in pink and leather. He is an ostentatious, colorful disruption violently clashing against the oppressive dark void they occupy. Then Cecil arrives with a new gun. He cocks it, aims it between 3 and 4, and shoots the sailor dead on the floor. There is no argument, no build-up, just immediate lethal violence. Within the driving rhythm of amphetamine use, a murder doesn't register as a narrative climax. It operates merely as an abrupt data point inserted into an endless, ongoing loop. The immediate reaction to a corpse on the floor isn't panic, grief, or a fight for survival. Instead, the concern immediately shifts to the possibility of property damage. This chart shows their specific hierarchy of needs. The massive base, the immediate high, physically crushes the top sliver of human empathy. Priorities are inverted here. Preserving the drug environment takes absolute precedence over human life. Their primary grievance is blood staining the carpet. While a bleeding body lies on the whore, activity doesn't pause. Frantic oral fixations and desperate searches for a vein continue with urgent intensity. The logistics of floor maintenance have officially replaced the value of a human life. In this room, a gunshot is just a noise that creates more work for whoever owns the rug. The final intrusion comes from the outside world, a literal knocking at the chamber door. The police have arrived to take them for a ride. Faced with imminent arrest, the characters construct a bizarre rationalization. They collectively assert that they simply don't have the time to acknowledge the authorities. They make an active, conscious choice to drown out the knocking. The pace of the room accelerates as they aggressively double down on their chemical consumption. Internal physical cravings carry more weight than the threat of life imprisonment. When forced to choose between the next hit and a prison sentence, the high wins every time. The structure of the room begins to physically accelerate. Individual actions, urgent demands, and repetitive phrases violently crash and bleed into one another. Language itself degrades under the speed. Coherent sentences shatter, fracturing into compulsive, stuttering syllables as they desperately repeat the search for their mainline. The pure sensation of the stimulant overtakes all external input. The physical walls of the room disappear, erasing any distinction between the environment and the chemical rush surging through their veins. All rational thought finally collapses into a single, stuttered, meaningless word, stretched out until the rhythm forcefully cuts off. The amphetamine loop ends when the self is finally extinguished. All that remains is a cold, abrupt